Hello, all my young writers and C3 students. I hope you're doing well today. Today's short little video is going to be how to finish up your country reports. If you remember, for the break, we were looking to kind of finish up our country reports. Those are research reports. If you need this time to continue to do more research, one of the things that you could do, other than going on Epic, which I've heard is now free. So if you go to www.getepic.com and type in ZPX7762, free. You can do it at home. Just click on them at home. You'll find our class, you'll find your username, and you can find all those awesome country resources and nonfiction books. And of course, you can look for some new favorites to read, because one thing we can do while we're at home is definitely continue to read. Second resource would be to go online again to www.seattleschools.org. Go to that student portal that's up there in that top right. Pull that down. Again, right where you would sign in at class, where it says the student portal, use your own username and password, same one you would at class as if we were in class. You can then access your Microsoft Word. You could continue to type. If you are more comfortable handwriting it at home, I can definitely take pictures of your rough drafts and send those to you through ClassDojo or whatever means we can make that happen. Here is our big wall of things I'm going to be looking for with country reports, and I have a few examples for you. If you remember, that first paragraph is going to be your intro. One of the things that we talked about is using a hook. That is called a writing craft move. It's an idea that you're hooking your reader. You get them interested. They want to continue. One of the things we used was a question, kind of an engaging question. In fact, I'm going to read you Sai's from his country report on Guam. Do you like traveling to tropical islands, snorkeling, and exploring? Then save up some money and go to Guam. Sai then goes ahead to previews some of the other categories he's going to have in his report. Remember, we talked about things like food, sports, climate, language, animals, cultural, history, topography, any 4 categories of things that you found interesting and fascinating yourself. Because remember, research report is about learning something new and then teaching it to us. So those 4 categories are going to come a little bit later in the body of the essay. We also talked about having a conversational tone. Kind of, you're thinking of it as a bit of a commercial, an advertisement. It's kind of you having learned all these things and really trying to entice someone else to learn more about it or to even travel there, right? Remember, we talked about all those things of like, all right, buckle up, you're on your way to Korea, right? It should have a very conversational voice. Paragraphs 2, 3, and 4 at the body should be those research categories. Each paragraph should have 3 interesting facts that you learned about those things, whether those are animals, languages, different kinds of food, culture, all those super, super exciting things. Do try to make them specific, right? Things like, well, Ethiopia is warm and sunny. That's a little bit general. If you want to tell us about the climate, get into what is the temperature in winter? What is the rainfall? All those kind of specific things that we'd have to research. And now we have time to do that and make it even bigger and better. Transition between paragraphs and continue to use those kind of transition strategies that we talked about in class. In fact, I'm going to read you a little bit of Tiffany's. Do you like bread and fresh fruit? Well, if you do, this chapter is going to make you drool. She goes then into listing some of the things that people eat in Egypt and all these wonderful things that she's researched and learned about. That is what we talk about with transitions. Continuing with that voice, but also continuing to kind of entice people with the conversation. Transition between paragraph, your closing, summarize information you've provided, and that rallying cry. A rallying cry is a little bit of persuasive technique. It's that kind of like, all right, let's all get out and get going and do it. And if you have a strong finish with a thematic ending, give you a little bit of a flourish. I'm thinking about Daisy's, where she says something along the lines of, all right, adios amigos, I hope to see you on the beaches of Mexico as soon as possible. Don't forget your suntan lotion. Like, it's really that like, all right, you've learned about all these fascinating things, you've learned about the people, the food, the culture. Well, let's get out there. I'll meet you there. It really lends itself to a strong closing. You may handwrite, you may continue to type them, you may do more research if you need. Also remember, You can color your country report. You could put the flag in the front. I see a couple of people. I'm looking at Eric's currently, where he has a little bit of about the author. I know some of you also put in a glossary and a table of index, which are awesome things to do on a research report. And like I was saying before, we have some extra time. So this is our writing project for this quarter. I know it's strange to do it from home, but I think by working together, we can kind of make all these work. Also, I have the time, so please go ahead. I saw Soren today. If you go up to that share button on top, if you're on Microsoft Word and you hit share after logging into yourself, you can just type my email address, jcmilne@saleschools.org, and send me your report, and I'll continue to take a look at it and give you feedback. Our next writing project is going to be a how-to journal or a how-to manual to say, going back to that kind of more technical writing. So let's finish up our country reports, and then as you're at home and you think about all those things you know how to do, maybe start thinking about what would your how-to instructional manual be about. But please continue reading, please continue writing. I'll be back in a little bit to read chapter 2 of We're Not From Here. Also, not sure if you're going to be able to see in my very, very small backyard, but it is wonderfully sunny today and it stopped raining. So don't forget to go outside and take a walk too. Just stay 6 feet away from everyone. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.